Well, I'm here with Rayanne Nell. She is the brand strategy manager for Omaha Home for Boys. Rayanne, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so much has happened this year. And as you guys are celebrating, a big anniversary, but tell us a little bit about your organization and who do you serve?
Sure. So Omaha Home for Boys has been helping youth and families for 100 years. It's just amazing to
Yeah.
be celebrating a century of service and to have the support of the community is just amazing. But at Omaha Home for Boys, we help both youth and families in the community who may be struggling or who may find themselves in a crisis situation. We help them stabilize, and then we help them move on to focusing on more of their long-term goals in regards to housing, education, employment, transportation, and really those basic life skills.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's so many needs that these individuals have that you provide. And one of the things you have is an upcoming drive. Sorry, just looking at it's called Project Christmas Joy. So
Yeah.
tell us what that's about and how we can contribute.
Right. Can you believe we're talking about the holidays?
I can't. I mean, honestly, I can't. But I know it's crazy.
Right. So Project Christmas Joy is our annual drive to collect both needs and wants for the youth and families at Omaha Home for Boys. And this year we are kicking the drive off on Giving Tuesday, which is December 1st. And we'll run the drive for 2 weeks through December 15th. And really what we're looking for is just the community's support in helping us collect both needs and wants. So some of the needs of our youth and families are hygiene supplies, cleaning supplies, baby essentials for kind of newborn to 2 years old, laundry supplies, kind of anything you can think of that a young family or a young adult might need when they're setting up their first apartment.
Okay.
And then, of course, we do have some wants on our list as well. But really, these wants are simple and basic. We have clients that are looking for coats, hats, gloves, blankets, and then, of course, some of those more special items like coffee makers or nail polish, lotion, wallets, some of those more special items too.
Yeah. And so, okay, so where do we go to drop these items off? Or what do we need to do?
Right. So this year we're doing completely online, contact-free giving. We have a link, of course, on our website, which is ohb.org. And there you can go to our events section and you'll find everything you need to give a monetary gift online in support of the drive. We also have a link to our Amazon wish list where you can shop right on Amazon and ship the items directly to us at Omaha Home for Boys.
Yeah. And again, that makes it so easy for people to give because, I mean, right now it is, COVID-19, things are a little crazy out there in our community and around the world, but this makes it easy to give back. And I believe like you have like different levels of like, if this much money supports this type of
Sure.
need. So
Right. Yeah, and on our Amazon wish list, you'll really find items that are in a wide price range. You'll find items from $5 to $10 to some of those more special items that are a little bit more pricey. So really, any type of support that you're able to give, there's something that we need. So
okay. Well, and then also talking about the holiday season, which is so important for so many, and just in the few, literally 20 seconds we have left, people can go to your website and find out more information just because the need is there all year long.
It is. The need is there all year long. While we're talking about Project Christmas Joy right now, because it's the holidays, it's sad to say, but most of our clients, the only celebration they're going to have is the one that we spend with them. So that's why the community support is just so important, and we truly appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, Rayanne, thank you again for joining me today, and I encourage everybody to go to the Omaha Home for Boys, your website, ohb.org, and you can find out a lot more information there.
Yes. Thank you so much, Andy.
Yep. You're welcome, and happy holidays.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks. Well, I am here with Carrie Ketchum, and she is the Chief Development Officer for Ronald McDonald House Charities here in Omaha, Nebraska. Carrie, thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, it's a pleasure, and it's so good to see your beautiful face. It's been
Yeah,
too long.
I know it's good to see you too. And like I said, I love your background. That's just a
Yeah,
beautiful.
it's the Ronald McDonald House. So our talented marketing manager put this together for me.
Yeah,
I thought it'd be better than my bedroom.
I know COVID-19. We're all making do with what we have in our background. So it's beautiful. So let's talk a little bit about who the organization serves, and I mean, what's your mission?
Right. Yeah. So we believe every child deserves access to quality medical care. And in keeping families together while those kiddos are seeking treatment in one of our area hospitals. So our Omaha community, as we all know, especially during this time, is home to some of the best
Yeah.
pediatric medical treatment in the world. And because of this, hundreds of children and their families are being referred to us from all our area hospital systems. So we're really a support arm of the hospitals. When the families come here, we provide accommodations so they can be near their treatment center and provide warm beds and laundry facilities and transportation to and from the hospital. So that's pretty much the essence of what we do.
Yeah. And so as we look, ahead to the holiday season, which we're definitely, it's here.
Yeah.
Tell us about your holiday activities and kind of what's going on and how people can contribute.
Right. Great question. And thank you for giving us the opportunity to share this with the community. So there are two main ways people can help right now. We are having a Stuff the Pantry drive now until the end of December. And so providing a comfortable place to stay for our families is so much more than a home. It takes an incredible amount of items to have on hand. So we have a large pantry where families have full access. They can go in there and grab mac and cheese to make for their kiddos, or granola bars to grab on the way to the hospital, laundry detergent so they can do their laundry. So that's what we're doing right now, and we've made it really simple. So you can just go online to our website at rmhcomaha.org, and we've created an Amazon wish list. So everyone is very familiar with Amazon by
Yep.
now,
Yeah.
right? And so you can just click on any of the items that we have listed, and it will be sent directly to the house.
Okay. Oh my gosh, that's so easy. That's
It's
just so
very
easy
easy.
for people
Yeah.
to do. And then I know, of course, monetary contributions are just huge, and that's also a great way to contribute because you can take that money and then do what you need to do in other areas. So
Exactly. And just like all the other nonprofits, we had to cancel most of our events.
yeah,
So there is that financial gap. So any supporter who would like to make a financial donation this holiday season, again, can go to our website. And thanks to a generous donation from our McDonald's owners of Nebraska and Western Iowa, they have given us an opportunity to double gifts. So if you donate now, gifts will be matched dollar for dollar up to $20,000.
oh my gosh,
Yeah,
that's an incredibly generous gift.
for
So
sure.
encourage everybody. And I do want to talk, like you said, your event that took place in September. You did it virtual this year,
Yes.
and I actually attended the virtual event,
Yes.
and it was so much fun. But
It was,
it's just how you had to kind of pivot. But I think it was doing a virtual event, it was a big success.
it was a great success. And thank you so much for jumping in. It was a success on so many different levels. First and foremost, it allowed us to connect with our community and our support system, which we haven't been able to do really, and so
Yeah.
it gave us that opportunity, and also to help these families. Illness isn't paused for a pandemic. So there are still people and families coming to Omaha to get transplants and chemotherapy, and we need to support them now more than ever.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm so grateful for everything Ronald McDonald House Charities does for our community and people that don't even live in our community. And for you, Carrie, thank you again for coming on the show with me and just spreading the word, and people, give back. Go to, I'm looking at my rmhcomaha.org. It's going to be at the bottom of the screen, but go there and look for ways to give back.
Yeah, thank you, Andy, for doing this for all of us. You do so much for our community, and we're just always grateful for you. And it's wonderful to see you.
Yep, good to see you too. So happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Okay. All right, bye. Well, I am here with Julia Heavenstreit. She is the executive director for the Kim Foundation. Julia, thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you. It's always great to see you, even virtually.
I know. I think the last time we did a virtual, but I know we've been in person several times. But, but let's just talk about the Kim Foundation first. What is your mission, and who do you serve in the community?
Absolutely. Yeah, so our mission is to be a supportive resource and compassionate voice for lives touched by mental illness and suicide. And we really serve the entire Omaha metro community, all ages, and even throughout the state of Nebraska as well, really working to engage them around mental health awareness, breaking down that stigma, connecting people to resources as needed, and then saving lives from suicide and really teaching people, empowering them to learn the warning signs, and most importantly, if they identify those in themselves or a loved one, where to connect for help. So those are our main missions there.
Yeah, and I think, during this time, COVID-19 is unlike any year that we've ever seen before. And it's so important to the mental health of people because it's not, people are dealing with those issues.
Absolutely.
But in this conversation, let's just talk about the holiday season, because how can people contribute back end of year activities that you're having, and how can we support the Kim Foundation?
Yeah, definitely. Well, we appreciate the opportunity to be able to share this message and get that out into the community, because there are a lot of ways that people can engage with the foundation and help us further our mission. So just a couple, we will be participating in Giving Tuesday on December 1st, which will be here very quickly. And so that will be an opportunity. Unfortunately, we're seeing an increase in youth suicides in our community this year. And so we're tying some of our giving campaign to that so that we can help further the message of youth suicide prevention throughout the community and hopefully save some lives here during this holiday season and beyond. We also are having an educational piece, a town hall on December 10th that anyone is welcome to attend. It's a free event virtually, and we'll be talking about suicide prevention, resources available in mental health during the pandemic and the importance of that. And then also as the holidays approach, and we know this year's going to look different than any other year we've seen, still focusing on that importance of connecting with loved ones and making sure they're doing okay, making sure you're doing okay, even if the way that you connect is different this year. And so we have a panel of providers and professionals that are really going to provide some tools and useful resources for people in the community. So that's December 10th. And then also our More Tomorrow's suicide prevention campaign, people can donate toward that to help us further that message. And it's a data-driven public awareness campaign focused on suicide prevention that is multifaceted and reaches people from 10 years old up into 95. And so there's different ways to get involved with that, even if it's just to help us spread the message on social media, or if you're able to financially contribute, that's something as well. So there's a way for anyone who's interested in suicide prevention and saving lives from suicide in our community to get involved.
Yeah. Why do you think there's so much youth suicide right now?
Yeah, it's hard to say in terms of, compared to where we were last year, we are unfortunately double the deaths that we in the youth population than we were last year. Some of those, can be tied to the pandemic, and others it's hard to say. This is a very difficult situation for us as adults to grasp and really work through. And, I think for so many in the community, there's no end in sight to this. Usually if we know we're faced with something, hard, and we know, okay, if I can just get through this, then we'll be okay. And there's no this right now, there's no getting through it. There's no end in sight. And it's just touches the youth in so many different ways. They're missing out on opportunities they're never going to get back. They're isolated from friends and family sometimes. Things, their outlets of and healthy coping mechanisms that may have been group activities before, those are limited. So there's a number of reasons, but really the overall anxiety, stress, and just that can lead to depression is certainly playing a factor.
Yeah. And I feel like too, I mean, we've got just like a minute left, but I when you said the youth, I kind of focused on that. And
yeah,
I remember being a youth, and I actually remember having suicidal thoughts and thoughts of depression. And, here I am at age 54, and my life has just expanded, and it's been a lot of ups and downs, but I'm in such a great place. So when you're young, how do you speak to that young person that, there's so much more, there's just so much more. And so
it is hard for them to see that, and and their youth can be very impulsive, and just even their brains aren't developed fully yet, and so they have a hard time grasping the reality that there is more beyond this, and that we will get through this. Maybe the controversies that they faced in their young lives so far haven't been anything like this that they've had to experience. I mean, none of us have experienced anything quite like this, but so just helping them understand, helping them learn ways to cope with that, and most importantly, connecting them to people that can help, because they're not alone in that.
Yeah. All right, Julia, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Your organization does so much good in our community, and I just appreciate it so much. So
thank you.
You're welcome, and wishing you a happy holiday.
You too, and everybody else, happy holidays.
Well, I am here with Marjorie Moss. She is the Executive Director for Share Omaha. Marjorie, it's so good to see you again.
I love seeing you, and we're doing this over Zoom, and it's hard not to be in the same room, but it's good to see you, Andy.
Yeah, absolutely. So first, we're going to talk about Giving Tuesday, which is coming up on December 1st, but let's just talk about Share Omaha and the mission, and who are you? What is Share Omaha?
Well, Share Omaha, our mission is to help other nonprofits fulfill their missions by raising more support, service, and attendance. And so what we want to do is we work on shareomaha.org. There's over 500 nonprofits represented on that website. And what we do is we allow people to give cash through PayPal. We allow people to volunteer, sign up to volunteer, shop Amazon wish lists, and find out about events around town.
Yeah. So Giving Tuesday is this is like a big initiative that Share Omaha and then Omaha Community Foundation are kind of collaborating with. Is that correct?
Yes, they're one of our partners.
Yeah. So Giving Tuesday is December 1st. It's the first Tuesday in December, so it happens to be December 1st. So talk about, that's a big day for nonprofits.
It is a big day for nonprofits. And annually and globally, Giving Tuesday, it's the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. So what we try to do is we try to reset everybody's focus on what the true purpose of the holidays are, right? Yeah. And so what we want to do is we want to give people the ability to feel empowered that all acts of kindness and goodness are validated that day, and that people can give in any way that matters to them or feels motivating to them. Right. And so locally, Share Omaha powers Giving Tuesday 402 and Giving Tuesday 712, sponsored by Core Bank and TS Bank, respectively.
Right. Because I talked to Donna Dostal, and I'm sorry, this is my little kitty who I adopted from the Midlands Humane Society.
One of our nonprofits.
Yeah, one of your nonprofits entering. Donna Dostal, who is the executive director for the Pottawatomie County Foundation. And so it's really bringing these two communities. It's, a great day to give. So where do we go? The website again?
Yep. So go to shareomaha.org. That's the easiest way to get involved. You can give early, cash. Just type in Giving Tuesday with your donation. We'll know that that's what your purpose is. You can volunteer. You can serve virtually. There's so many work from anywhere opportunities as a filter. You can collect items or shop Amazon wish lists, and then spread kindness. Pay for the coffee in the line behind you. Do all that.
And it's not the thing I love about what you're doing and just like Giving Tuesday, it's not just a day. I mean, it's a day to, we can reach out and give, but it really is a 365 day a year movement that Share Omaha does. Yeah.
You nailed it. And so Giving Tuesday actually is a worldwide phenomenon.
Yeah.
And it's a movement in many, many communities and countries that want to spread kindness and goodness and generosity in any way that matters to that community. And so we're so excited. We get to lift up, there's 350 nonprofits that have declared they're going to be involved that day. And like one of them is the Time to Heal Cancer Foundation, helped 10 individuals participate in their Survivor 101 class. And then I love this. Another 10 people that you can help is the National Coalition for 100 Black Women. And they're raising money on Giving Tuesday 402 for 10 low-income college students for scholarships. So just think about the end user, the person, the story that you're going to be impacting.
Yeah. And there's so many people in need, and there's so many nonprofits, like you said, 350 and then some, that they're serving people's needs, or whether they're people, children, adults, elderly, animals. It just all goes back to a greater good in our community.
Oh, yes. And we live in one of the greatest communities. We have seen people in this pandemic show up for each other, even in virtual ways. But you think about our partners at Omaha Community Foundation and Pottawatomie County Community Foundation, record numbers of donors this year. So we're hoping to tap into just a piece of that energy for Giving Tuesday and end this year on a positive note, right?
Yep, absolutely. So Giving Tuesday, December 1st, shareomaha.org. Check it out. And so many ways to give. Marjorie, it's so great to see you, and thank you so much for everything that you're doing and Share Omaha is doing in our community. Just so great.
Happy holidays.
Yep.
Happy holidays, Andy. Thank you for doing this.
Yep. You're welcome. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye. So I am here with the wonderful Deb Denbeck. She is president of Partnership for Kids. Deb, thank you so much for joining me today.
Andy, always a pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, and it's good to see you. It's been a few months. Lots going on this year. So I first want to just talk about how the mission and Partnership for Kids, what the mission is and who you serve.
Well, we serve 3,300 youth growing up through the Omaha Public Schools District in elementary, middle, and high school. So we do a continuum of programming, and we really focus on goal setting, mentoring, career exploration, and then what does life look after I graduate from high school? So what's that? Really that post-secondary opportunities or on-the-job training, because when they finish with our program, we want to make sure that they're able to go out and have a sustaining life.
Yeah, absolutely. And you serve, I mean, how many, talk about the numbers of.
So we serve 3,300 youth. Most a good share of those are in our elementary, because we always believe our elementary is our foundation. And so we serve every student in the 6 elementary schools at all ages. So, and we really concentrate on really reading and attendance, and then that goal setting piece, starting to look into more mentoring. But really, the mentors are the positive influence on young people. And everybody can do this, and every child right now needs someone besides their family to be with them, because this journey is really tough with COVID.
Do you take mentors all through the year, or is there like a start date and a stop date, or can somebody just sign up now?
So we would take some signing up now. we are trying to get through COVID before
Yep.
we bring on a lot of new mentors, but we're going to be actively recruiting to get them started before long. Right now it's tough because it's all virtual. All of our programming is virtual.
Yep.
And that makes it really difficult. And it's virtual for a lot of reasons. And number one is safety. I mean, just pure safety. We all know that we have to do our jobs, wear our masks, social distance, all those things. And we want our kids to be doing those too.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's talk a little bit about the holiday season, which, is upon us. Hard to believe. My goodness, 2020. How can people contribute to Partnership for Kids right now?
Well, there's a lot of ways. They can go on our website, and donate. $15 really helps a young person. I mean, when you start to look at those costs, that's not a lot to really help young people really succeed. So, large or small, any gift makes a difference.
Yeah.
Giving Tuesday's coming up.
Yep.
And that's a really critical day for us. It's a day to help with all needs. And all of those needs, the needs that we're looking for right now are direct programming needs, because we need to serve these young people. And these young people need us now more than ever. And we have found that even virtual programming, kids are looking forward to it. They're talking to our program coordinators more on their needs. And
Yeah.
we're also doing, clothing drives. We're also doing food drives, gift card drives that we can give families, or just incentive to a student to stay involved.
Yeah.
Because some of these kids right now, hope is hard right now. Look at how we're struggling as adults sometimes. So hope is hard, and we need to make sure that these kids provide hope. Sometimes just knowing somebody like, wow, I can go to Scooters and get a great cup of coffee, or, some place like that, it just shows that you care.
Yeah.
So hats and gloves are really important. Gently used coats, gently used computers. I mean, our college students need computers.
Okay.
So, people are looking to get rid of computers at home and getting new ones. We just have an abundance of need, but we also want to say we're very thankful for everybody that's been in our corner and helping us out as well.
Well, Deb, thank you so much. And so encourage people to go to www.p4k, so
Yep.
p4k.org,
.org.
to look at additional ways to contribute. And again, your organization does so much good all year round for so many. And I'm so grateful for you and P4K.
Well, and thank you. And I'll tell you, another big need's as we start the second semester, is school supplies.
Okay. All right.
We're going to need another school supply drive. So, we're kind of a little bit of everything right now.
Yeah. And that's good to know. And so and we'll definitely have another conversation about that. But that's good to know. I think the community wants to give back. So Deb, it's so great to see you and talk to you today.
Well, thanks, Andy. And thanks to the community of Omaha. It's a wonderful community.
Yeah. All right. Well, I hope to see you soon. So.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.